Hey Claire, how are you doing?
Hot, Harry, I'm dying. It's so hot. How are you?
It's on that side. Eh? Here we are freezing. We
Hmm?
even have heaters on.
We should stop. Come here.
Yeah, we need the sun because I'm done with winter. Eh? Winter is not my. I
And
prefer the heat.
I think I'm now missing winter because this heat. It's not hitting shim. Mm-mm. So, what do we have
The
planned today?
energy.
What are we talking about today?
Today I was thinking let's just go backwards, like some of the beliefs we grew up believing in, some of them which I feel like maybe they are not even like the truth, or I don't know where even our parents got them or our caregivers get them. Like like things like money doesn't grow on trees. What does
Oh,
that really mean?
mhm.
Like wait, wait,
Money
wait.
doesn't grow in
Hey,
trees.
money doesn't grow on trees. Mm.
Yeah, I was that one.
Whatever put it equal.
Eh, I think sometimes these responses just because we never used to get them around payday. Just after
Mm.
payday, you don't get these responses. These responses are before payday when people are broke.
Yes.
Okay, you
Kuti
have to
kudai
go, but it doesn't
mutoyi
grow,
warasa
please.
masoksi yekurasa bhutu dei matairoverwa. Like if
Yes,
you lose your shoes at school, you know, like, hey,
you'll be in
I was
trouble.
even afraid to go back home.
Yes. I feel like we're now just passing on this money doesn't grow on trees to our children, right?
Mm.
Um, but strictly looking at it, if you put your money in a bank, which is a tree, and it
Yes,
is earning interest, eh? Is the bank not a tree and that interest giving you back the money being money that's growing on trees?
yes. And for me, I always look at like investing. You are growing your money.
You're
So when
growing
you're
your
growing your
money.
money, you're actually planting your money trees. Like each investments you put, you are like making your money grow, right?
I think so too. I think so.
Mm.
I think using money as using tree as an analogy of money is very good because if you are going to just flush away your seeds and you don't plant your seeds, you're not going to get any returns.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So if you're given your seeds, you spend them, then you don't have any seeds to plant. That they don't have anything that's going to. There's no money that's going to grow on those trees, literally, because you utilize all of them. So that potential or that learning potential or learning opportunity is taken away from you because you don't plant the trees so that you can have money grow from trees. And also, if we look at agriculture,
Yes.
tobacco is called the gold leaf. Yeah, that is
Yes.
money that is
Mm.
growing. Yeah, and
That is going. Yes, yes.
one tiny seed can yield so much. So that if you sell the product or if you sell the produce, that is then translating to your money, which is growing on trees. I don't know. That's my belief.
Trees. Yes.
Even one single tree, avocado
That's my.
tree, an avocado tree has so many avocados that will grow from it that you can sell. So that's money growing on trees.
Yes. So for me, I don't really understand that analogy. Like, what were they referring to when they say money doesn't grow on trees? Because we know, like, okay, if you plant your trees, like if you remember to our rural areas, they used to plant like mango trees, apple trees, and even when you go back now, we still eat those mangoes.
Yep.
And if someone wants to actually make money from that, they can actually like start harvesting them and go and sell them, expand them, you can still make money from those trees which were planted like 30, 40 years ago. So for
Yeah.
me, I don't really understand the analogy. What were they referring to when they were saying money doesn't grow on trees? Or maybe it was just like a top of the thing, like, you know what, don't bother me. I don't have the money now. And I was just like saying, you know what, it doesn't grow on
I
trees.
think that's
But
it.
not
So
really
the
looking
trauma
like, okay,
response.
yes. And they also like didn't understand like how to have conversations around with money, especially with us as kids. Like, okay, how can I say, okay, you know what? It's not payday yet. Maybe this was not on my budget, but let's put it on a budget. So I think it also goes back to like they didn't understand like how to have conversations around money. So it was more like just like you say, no go no go, you know what? money doesn't grow on trees, and I just let
End of
you go
story.
and do yourself
End
and
of story.
live
Full
in
stop.
peace,
That's it.
kind of.
You are not going to bother me again next time. Now you know money doesn't grow on trees. Full stop. I'm done with you. Goodbye. Bye.
Mm,
And the other one,
right, right.
the flip side.
I just
Yeah.
mm,
No, no, you wanted to add something.
yes, yes, go by it.
No, I said you wanted
No,
to add
go.
something.
No, I wanted to ask. Yes, yes. I wanted to ask you, like, with that street of saying man doesn't grow on trees, how do you think it also affected our money beliefs as now as we are older people? Like maybe let's reflect back before we are aware of how we need to have this relationship with money, and also like kind of flip that coin of saying, okay, but money does really grow on trees. But before we have that awareness, how did that like affected your money beliefs?
So before, it was more of scarcity. Yeah. Money doesn't grow on trees.
Mm,
Money that I've been given or money that I have earned is finite. There is nothing that I can do to increase it. So if you go to work and you come back from work, you have that end income, full stop. So there was that being closed. I was not open to opportunities to how can I then access better or how can I then access more streams of income? Yeah. But now that I have
mm,
the knowledge and the experience, the moment I get earned income, I know that I have potential to put it in an interest yielding savings account. So that's two income streams. I know that I can buy
yes,
shares that will give me dividends. Now that's on my third income stream. I know that I could buy a piece of land, build a whatever, maybe commercial building or residential building, and earn interest and earn rental income from it. So there's so many things that I've learned from then that show me that the money that is not growing on trees that I am working hard for can be used to make sure that I invest in something that then become the equivalent of a tree that is growing
yes,
money. So
yes,
the mindset
true.
shift, mindset shift is there. Definitely, the mindset shift is there, and I really appreciate all the knowledge that I've got now.
Yes, it's true. But I think with that, with that statement, I think it only put us in a scarcity mindset where we just close ourselves and we don't really understand. Okay, how can money grow? Like, how can you plant the seeds for this money to grow? So yeah, you want I interrupted you there. You wanted to talk about of the other one. What is the
Oh
other
yes,
other belief?
yes,
Mm,
yes, 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 yes. The other popular money belief, yo, that the
mm, mm,
rich,
mm, mm.
karomba. Yeah.
That one was a popular one. But remember, those popular guys
Ah,
with buses, with
ah,
shops, with my growth points, it was more like, hey,
mbava. Chaidzo dziri kunzi dzakaromba. Eh?
mm.
Mbavha. People
But
were
was
using
that the actual
cryptocurrency.
fact?
Vakaromba. Huh?
Mm. But was that
So
the actual fact, or it was just people we were not aware that people can actually build wealth, and because of that competitive nature we spoke about last time, we'll be like, I know this one because I don't know how they're doing it. Now let me just say, Muna Karomba.
I think there are quite a few factors involved. The first one is I once heard kuti back in the day, uh,
Mm,
you'd harness your luck. Anditi kunoita
mm.
hanzi kunoita raki here. You'd go and strengthen or harness your luck so that
Okay.
whatever you touch turns into gold. And people thought this was a noble thing. Hanzi those back in those days, maipo aruva arunonzi rodiridzwa nemukaka here and things like that. You know those
Okay.
stories that we heard kuti
Which is actually different from what we're doing these days, the law of attraction thing,
yes.
manifesting. Is it
So this
different
one,
or just
these
similar?
things apparently they happen maybe with our grandparents. With you do those things to make sure that you, if you're a hunter, you're strengthening your hunting skills. You know, each
Mm,
time you go out, you catch something, or if you're a farmer, then each time you have something in your field, you have very good yields. And it so
mm,
what I feel like happened is those people who harnessed this gift or talent or whatever things started to backfire, auntie.
yes.
And then we started calling it kuromba when things started
Mm.
to backfire, when that uh, the transaction yekunzisa mukaka moved from mukaka to now I want blood or things like
It
that.
was like
I
that.
think
Yes,
that's
yes,
where
yes.
things got lost and people moved from innocently seeking out things, which I feel like people should be warned these days. each person wants luck these days, and it kuri kuendwa kupi manjuzu.
Oh yes, yes. So it's a similar thing like that.
I
Yes.
think it's similar thing to people are now looking for luck in different ways in that
In a
way.
different ways, and not really
Yes,
understand. We all
and
have that inner beings, and if we
yes,
just
and
break the right habits, you can do that well.
yes, and when that transaction then changes to I have given you the luck, I have given you this, I have given you that. Now I want to start collecting. We start not
Mm.
liking it.
Then it's another thing.
So I think to some extent that aspect of kwakune kurumba kwakaitika or whatever, I think it was there. I
It was
think,
the
but
mm.
we can then come back to favorite example, my granddad.
Yes, yes. I was
Um,
about to ask you that one, like shed light to us, like what was the story about Umkulu?
so Kululu lived like kumusha anditi
Mm,
with other anakulu back in those days. And they would
mm,
cycle to Harare Kubasa, and then
mm.
he got a house in Harare, and then he had a shop in Kumusha as well, and he had a
He was
farm, and then
investing
he
his
had,
money.
yes,
He was growing
and
his money. He was
yes,
planting trees.
yes, he was planting trees. So he planted a house, which gave him rental
Mm,
income, and then he had a shop, Musha as well. And then Pamusha, he made sure that his wife had proper good seed. And my grandmother would win Farmer of the Year and things like that. And he also
exactly.
had shares, which gave him
Mm.
dividends. And
And
so,
I'm trying to think of that time, like of those times, like the matches. It was not a popular thing
no, but
mm,
his employers were the ones who told him and encouraged him
to
to
do
get
that.
access to this. So the problem then started when he retired and he still had
Mm.
income coming in. Huh?
Making money while sleeping.
Now he's not going to work. There's no end income, but dividend income is coming in, rental income is coming in, and then the shop still had money coming in.
Yeah.
So before you ask anyone else in the family, could you say, Kuru, how is he making this money? The other Sekurus who used to cycle with him to Harare are the ones who would be asked, right, inini
Where's the
mayenda
money coming
mise
from?
kubasa? Why are you not making money as well? Where is your retirement income? What's happening?
Cap.
So the
Mm.
easiest way to then explain
To
our
defend yourself.
inadequacies as human beings is to try and find the supernatural in the other person who's doing it big. So
Mm.
instead of saying, inini panguva yangu inini, I would chop man. Hmm?
Mm.
Or instead of saying,
Okay. Mm.
inini panguva yangu inini, I did not invest. You don't say that. You just be like,
That. Mm.
auzotakaromba here.
Yeah. Just to justify your inadequacies. I love that.
Exactly.
But maybe if you had a chance maybe to ask him like what really happened even to those other friends, like what happened to them, could were they not also get the same advice, or maybe they got the advice but with them they were like, I actually want to buy cars because we want people to see us that we are living life and we don't want to buy shares or to buy properties and all that.
How many times have people said, you do my money, my rules, you only live
Yes,
once?
yes, yes. You only live once. So with me, I want people to see me. Because if I invest in houses, do people see that I'm making money? But if I drive this
A car.
car, people will see, yes, like that other comment you shared with me that day. But let's not talk about it
You
anyway.
see?
Oh,
So it's things like that, Uchi. Today, we are in our 30s,
yes,
right? It's easy for us to make these comments, Kuti, kufa kwakauya, because we are seeing people our age dying. And it
yes,
so much that we will make choices not relating
to the
to the
future.
to my old self because I'm not there yet. I can't.
Yes,
I find that struggle. Yekuti, why should I do something for Claire with 20 years from
you
today
can say
if she's not guaranteed that she'll be
that
there
should
in
be
20
there.
years?
Mm.
And
So,
then
so, so, mm.
that
So
then
people will just want to
translates
live in
to
the moment.
my other one that we should talk about, black tech.
Okay, so I think that one will be our next one. Let's dive into that one in our next
Yes,
video.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, cool.
So,
Thank you so
so
much, Claire.
I think this is the root cause. I think me not relating to Claire who's 20 years from now
It's
is the
late.
root cause for our next topic. That is
Yeah.
definitely the root.
we perpetuate that cycle. Okay, we're gonna dive into it on
Then
the next
perpetuate,
topic.
yes. So
Yes.
we,
So
yeah, so I think, yeah, the cycle then is never ending. We find ourselves stuck in the,
yes,
you only live once, in the how can I chop money now, and struggling to see how else I can provide for my future self, because we are allowed on being present and being in the now and enjoying ourselves in the now.
yes.
Yeah.
So we decide to eat more money. But anyway, let's dive into this topic next. And thank you so much. So I think Vanenze Manzwa, but yeah, stay tuned so that you hear our next part. We are going to be talking about this kind of mentality, ways to lead actually.
Definitely,
Bye.
definitely. All right. Thank you, Tari.